Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome back to our channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that the video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, as you can see. Kisumu is fantastic. And maybe you could also let me know where you're watching the video from. The county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday, Caleb Amisi conducted some opinion polling on his official and verified Twitter handle. And the result of that poll actually shocked the entire nation. In this video, I want us to do a critical analysis about the finding of that opinion polling. Because that polling came just a day after William Ruto had completed his tour of the mountain. And I think Kalonzo, Rigathi, Ruto, and Raila will be forced to go back to the drawing board. Let me read for you what Caleb Amisi posted on that particular tweet. After the Ruto Central tour, let's now vote for the next president of Kenya by coalition. Mark that, by coalition. Please vote for your Kenyan dream team. These are the results. Raila, Ruto team, 17%. Matiang'i Peter Kenneth team, 16%. I don't know why he forced Peter Kenneth here, but you can understand Caleb Amisi is a very close friend of Peter Kenneth. In fact, in his own words, the person who sponsored him when he first contested was Peter Kenneth. He first contested in Saboti on Peter Kenneth's party that time. So that's why he sneaked in Peter Kenneth there. But Matiang'i should have been paired by a different person. Huh? Then there is Omtata. Matiang'i Peter Kenneth is 16%. Then there is Omtata and Maraga team, 47%, who have won. Then there is Kalonzo Musyoka, Gachagua, Eugene Omalo axis, 20%. So far, 54,000 people have viewed this tweet, which is impressive. By the time of doing this video, close to 15,000 people had voted. So these results are from close to 15,000 people, which again is enough sample size. But certain things are very interesting from this poll. None of those coalitions will be able to achieve 50% plus one vote, because the winning coalition has 47%. For you to be declared the president of the Republic of Kenya, you must get 50% plus one more vote. None of them. And in fact, I've always opined on this platform that as long as Kalonzo will be on the ballot, Matiang'i will be on the ballot, Ruto will be on the ballot, and let's say Rigathi or Babu Wino and the rest will be on the ballot, it will be very difficult to have a clear winner in the first round. Because even between Raila and Ruto in the last election, Ruto did not achieve 50% plus one vote, despite the massive rigging, despite the fact that Wafula Chebukati helped him to suppress votes in Kakamega and Mombasa. He still had to sneak some votes for him to get 50% plus one vote. So that's a very important lesson for these guys. But the biggest surprise for me is this coalition between Raila and Ruto getting only 17%. But let me put some disclaimer. This is online poll. Kwa ground, things might be different. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to get deep into this analysis. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to once again introduce you guys to Bricks Solutions, your number one partner in point of sales and ERP solutions. Currently, Brick Solutions has one of the best point of sale softwares designed for schools, hardware shops, supermarkets, barber shops, petrol stations, pharmacies, and others. Some of the key features of the point of sales is that it's able to actually track sales real time, stock management. They are able to generate report, for example, track income, manage sales, customers, suppliers, and of course, expenses. You can reach out to them for live demos on the contact you are seeing on your screen. Ladies and gentlemen, let us now dive in. Why do you think the coalition of Omtata and Maraga is winning? Because if you go to the ground and you ask, that coalition is not doing so well. But in real voting online, they've actually emerged the winner. Why? The truth of the matter is that, number one, Kenyans want new faces. You take Raila and Ruto, they've been in politics for a very long time. You go to Kalonzo, Rigathi, they can't be said to be new faces. They can't be said to be new faces. Then you go to Matiang'i, Peter Kenneth, they can't really qualify to be new faces. Omtata has been the face of a struggle for a very long time. He was only elected in the last election, of course, on his own political party. Maraga has been in the judiciary. His performance, perfect. Kenyans still love him. So from these, I tend to think that Kenyans are opting for them because they provide that new face. And importantly, I think Kenyans are also keen on electing someone who can fight corruption. If you look at the history of Omtata, his struggle has always been about fighting corruption. And the reason why he is winning online war, because it's online where Omtata is known mostly. So for me, the fight against corruption is something which is going to determine the 2027 presidential elections. Ruto can't tell Kenyans anything about corruption. Matiang'i is good, his performance and everything is taking, but there's a problem with the Roraka land scandal. And of course, the moment you pair him with the Peter Kenneth, things change. So I think based on this polling, most people voted for it because they want two things: new faces and fight against corruption. Then let us look at the ticket of Kalonzo, Gachagua, and Wamalwa, which got 20%, very low. Why do you think that ticket got that low? Number one, I think that ticket is associated with the past. Rigathi, former DO, rose like that. Kalonzo, from 80s member of parliament up to now, Wamalwa, that ticket is associated with the past. And that's one of the challenges they should be facing moving forward. And maybe this ticket has not performed well because of Rigathi Gachagua's divisive politics. Because remember, Rigathi Gachagua is the leader of the mountain. No doubt about that. But when you look at nationally, he's not loved because of his divisive politics. I'm 100% sure that the Kenyans from Somali origin might not vote for Rigathi based on the statement he made just the other day. You look at it from Western Alliance, Rigathi Gachagua has been like advising Kalonzo that if they take the presidency, then they can hold it for like how many years? 100 years. So he might not be very popular. But on the ground, in the mountain, is very popular. Kalonzo has the vote, the couple votes. But you see, most in previous years, Kenyans used to dismiss social media. In fact, when Gen Z started mobilizing through social media, the assumption was that they were headed nowhere. And we saw how they were able to actually rattle the political class. So I think the divisive nature. And importantly, being that online is predominantly young people, I think Kalonzo, Rigathi, and Wamalwa should realize that their ticket is not appealing to the young people. Young people are the ones on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook. They're not appealing to them. And for them to win, they must get the support of those young people. So if I were Kalonzo and Rigathi, my preoccupation right now would be how to win the support of the young people. Now let us go to Raila and Ruto. That ticket. Why is the ticket performing dismally? Is this a warning that that ticket is headed nowhere? I think the ticket is performing dismally because of primarily two main factors. The first factor is the Gen Z protest. That Gen Z protest is going to shape the 2027 politics in the Republic of Kenya in a very big way. You've seen them singing outside there. They went to the streets and they wanted to remove William Ruto from office. So which means Ruto became their enemy. Then Raila Odinga joined Ruto. And they are accusing Raila Odinga of undermining their cause. So you can say that the 20% they got are the people who believe in Ruto and those who believe in Raila. Mostly the older generation. Because for the Gen Zs, they still have a bone to chew with Ruto. For Raila, they view Raila Odinga as a betrayer. That's why they no longer refer to Raila Odinga as Baba. There's a word they use to refer to Raila Odinga currently. And I can also say that the popularity of Ruto and Raila's coalition being rated at 20% means that Ruto's popularity currently is very, very low. Very, very low. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully Caleb Amisi will read this or will watch this video. I want him to conduct another opinion polling. And in that opinion polling, he should reduce it to 3. The first coalition and the second coalition, which is Omtata-Maraga, then Kalonzo, Wamalo and Gachagua, and then add another one, Babu Owino, Ndindi Nyoro ticket. Because I strongly believe that the introduction of Babu Owino and Ndindi Nyoro ticket is definitely also going to change the only question. Babu and Ndindi are appealing to the young people. They can represent the aspirations of most of young people. So I want them to know, I want to ask Caleb Amisi to conduct another opinion polling with those 3 coalition. Babu Owino, Ndindi Nyoro, Maraga, Omtata, Kalonzo, and Rigathi. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what you think, but for me, there's a lot which Raila, Ruto can learn, Mudavadi can learn from this opinion poll because Mudavadi is no longer in the picture. Rigathi and Kalonzo must also learn something from this. Until next time, this is Lee McQueen. Bye-bye.